Okay, so I'm here with Reverse Order. Can you guys please state your name and your role in the band?
My name is John Russo. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Cruz Russo. I sing and play drums.
I'm Drew Katzak, and I play guitar.
Can you guys give a little background information on the band?
Is that me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're Reverse Order. We're from Hackettstown, New Jersey. John and I are brothers, if you didn't catch the last names, and we started this band around 2008. A little later, we picked up Drew at Guitar Center, and we've been touring and writing music ever since.
To clarify, he was standing outside Guitar Center looking for work.
With the
And he
backpack.
said,
See.
"Get on in,
Trabajo.
pal!"
Do you guys think that being on America's Got Talent helped you guys develop more of a fan base?
Oh, yes.
America's Got Talent was a really huge opportunity, and the biggest positive impact it's had on us is really just the other opportunities it's led into. We were able to travel all the way out to California and back, performing in schools and talking to students, which then turned into even more opportunities, such as our Reverse the Trend program. And that really all came from America's Got Talent, and we're really grateful for that.
Where do you guys each see the band in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years.
Next 5 years, big success. Big success.
Any more general than that, John?
Lots of touring, lots of music being
Hitting up
released.
new countries.
Yeah.
new
Currently,
continents.
we're talking about moving to California and taking the next step there, so who knows what's going to happen when we get there, and hopefully in the 5 years we'll be pretty successful.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys each individually spend your free time when you're not touring?
I work.
Um,
I do a lot of working.
Yeah. If we're off in the winter or something like that, I'm a substitute teacher, so that's pretty fun.
I write music, so
There you go. John holds down the fort.
Do you guys have any upcoming projects that you want fans to know about?
we have 2 songs that are recorded that aren't released yet, and we have another music video that's not released yet. Kind of deciding when we're gonna do those, so just
Yeah. A bunch of stuff ready to go, but we're just waiting to
just gotta be
let
able
it
to
go.
be on the interwebs to see when we post about it.
How did you guys get the chance to go to Russia?
We were part of a contest on Sonic Bids that's called You Like Us, and it's a partnership between the U.S. and Russian embassies to bring American music and culture to the people of Russia. So there was like a voting period, and people voted for us, and then they picked out of the top 5, and they picked us to go. And now we've got our passports and visas, and we're heading over there on December 6th.
All right.
Where in Russia are you guys going to be and for how long?
We're gonna be in
A lot of
Moscow,
places that I can't-
Archangelask,
St.
and
Petersburg.
it's something that's like
A lot of places we can't pronounce.
Levinsk. That's the ones I can. There's one starts with an A, one starts with an L, and one is Moscow.
Yeah,
There's another one.
some major cities.
It's gonna be fun. We'll be on a train and a plane at some point too.
And automobiles.
Maybe see a sinkhole. They just had a
Maybe.
really big one.
Wow.
How long are you guys going to be there for?
We're gonna be there for approximately 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Ish.
Leave on the 6th. We'll be back by the 21st.
Yep.
Of December.
Just in time for my birthday.
How do you guys feel about being able to go to other countries like Russia to play your music?
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's
Very
I guess
exciting.
the
It's
biggest
exciting.
thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've been to Canada and Mexico, but those don't count because you can drive there.
I've never
This
been
is
to
a,
Russia.
a 13-hour flight across the
This
Atlantic
is literally
Ocean.
as far as we can get away from New Jersey
Jersey,
without hitting California.
coming back around.
It is. Maybe Japan. No, I don't know.
Do you guys have any plans for touring after you get back from Russia?
California.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be in California for it's a 5-month tour.
We're coming back home.
We're starting here.
We're going
starting
back
home.
We go from Russia to Chicago, Chicago to New Jersey, and then we go down through Texas and all those places, and then we'll be in California, up and down the West Coast for a few months.
I know we're in Michigan on like the 13th or something of January.
I
so
don't
it
know.
must be
We're
on,
not
like-
really hitting the Pacific Northwest, though.
It's routed.
It's
It's not my
routed.
job.
This is gonna be online. People will be able to see it.
How did you guys decide that you wanted to put a book together? I remember you guys talking about
Oh,
doing that before.
currently, well, because we do an anti-bullying program in the high schools and middle schools and stuff like that. And there's actually a lot of information that we teach to the students, every day right now. That's our current tour. and we just thought it was something that would make sense in a book. I mean, we have stories to tell. There's other people that have been letting us know how helpful the stories have been to them in their own lives. And in a book, maybe we don't come to your school, but you hear about the book and you can pick up the book, and maybe that way it can help you.
Why did you guys decide to do the anti-bullying shows?
Well, we were all bullied in our own personal lives, but after being on America's Got Talent, we got bullied a lot more. People were saying things, commenting on our music, making fun of the way we looked, people threatening us, telling us to kill ourselves. And it got really bad, and then when we started just playing regular shows at some high schools, we started meeting students who came up to us with similar problems, and we realized how big of an issue it was. So we developed the Reverse the Trend program, and here we are traveling the country with it.
Out of you three, who's the predominant writer?
John.
That would be me.
What has the process been to be able to play in all of these different schools?
We actually got really lucky. When we first started it, we were booking everything ourselves, but an agency actually picked us up, and they routed the whole tour for us and got in touch with all the schools and booked
company
it.
bits.
What's the craziest or weirdest thing fans have ever done?
They licked my face once in California. You know who you are.
I used to get followed around at work.
Yeah. You'll just be like in the most random places, and people be like, "You're that guy in that band." I'll be like, "Yeah."
That's not weird.
Right.
It's like
No, I mean, like, you never
normal.
know what it's gonna happen. Like, I'll be like in ShopRite, just like buying like
Oh, yeah.
mayonnaise or something like totally ridiculous, and it's like,
Weren't
somebody
you on
like,
that
"Oh my
TV
god,
show?
I know you."
Now, if you said you were in ShopRite and they covered you in mayonnaise because you and mayonnaise are their two
Or like
favorite
when
things.
I'm at work, like someone ringing someone out or something like that. I'm like, wait, why do you look so familiar? I don't know. I'm
I
the
got
guy,
one of
I'm the
those
guy you're buying the
faces.
books from right now.
Got different hats for different positions.
Yep.
What's the coolest thing fans have ever done for you guys?
The coolest.
We've got a lot of
Lots
pretty
of awesome
sweet
people
gifts
bring us like hot
that they
wings and
make
stuff.
themselves, which is
Yeah.
nice. I saw a picture
Bra-
from you that you made.
bracelets
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Someone just sent me a really cool, awesome necklace that they made me. Very personal.
hmm There's a lot of fans who we've
Right
gotten
now.
really close with. Like actually, for New Year's, Thanksgiving, Easter, and Christmas last year, there were a bunch of people over our house. Terry and Brittany and Lisa Marie.
You hang out with a lot of
Yeah.
people who support.
We didn't feel like
music.
going to my family's house for Christmas, so we invited the people over to our house.
What is the best part of being on tour?
There's so many good things.
I mean, really just meeting a lot of people
and
is
seeing
great.
all the new places.
Seeing cool things.
Seeing people
We
and
got
places.
to see where the Wright brothers did the first.
That-
power
That's what you
flight.
pick out.
That was a cool
That was
thing I've
awesome.
never seen.
That was very windy.
I had
I mean, you could have
no-
went with a replica of
I had literally no other reason to
the
be there.
Flintstones town.
Yeah,
That was
it's
cool.
cool.
That?
In the
That was
Grand
cool.
Canyon, there's a
Or you
replica
going to
version
Russia?
of Bedrock. We can go to
You got
Russia
to eat
yet.
lobster in Maine.
Exactly. That's
I
the thing.
didn't.
We went to Maine and we ate lobster, and just places I've never been to and wouldn't really have a reason to go.
We get to experience a lot of different varieties of pizza across the
Mhm.
country. It's very nice, depending on where you get it from.
How hard has it been to make it this far in the industry so far?
It's work.
It's a
It's a full-time job.
24
It's a hard
hour
business.
a day job.
It's a lot harder than people think.
It's not. You don't have the luxury of at 5 o'clock just turning off and doing what you want to do. If you're calling someone in California for a conference, you might be on the phone all night even. And stuff.
Yep.
Always
On-call
be
job.
closing.
What's your number one piece of advice for any musicians?
Play as many shows as you can, and
Don't
if
get a
you-
degree in music. You don't need a degree to play. You don't.
Get a business
Get a
degree.
business
Get a
degree.
business degree.
That's what
And
you
know
need.
how to
You
position
need to tell other people what to do, but the most important thing is don't only just play the shows. Make sure that your fans can walk away from every show with something with your name on it.
Yeah.
Even if you print out flyers, if you have T-shirts, if you have demos, make sure there's something they can take so they don't forget you. And say your name on stage. There are so many bands
All
who
the
go on
time.
stage and don't say who they are. And I'm like, even me, I'm like, this band's really good. I wish I knew who they were.
Most people won't ask if they like you. They'll just be like, "Oh, they were good. I wish I could remember their name," but they're not going to ask.
So make sure
People
you
don't
say
like
it.
asking questions.
You can't say it enough, actually. I think that's it. That was a lot of advice.
Be persistent.
Which is
Which is what we just said.
yeah.
How did you guys come up with the band's name?
John used to be homeschooled, and we had to play a battle of the bands, and we didn't have a name, and had to put a name on the flyer, so we needed to think of a name. And John was homeschooled, so there was a whiteboard in the one room in our house where he used to do his work, and John was doing factoring and foiling, and when you factor and foil, you solve the problem in the reverse order. That's it.
If you guys weren't in a band, what would you guys be doing?
I'd be managing a retail location.
I'd probably be in another band.
I studied graphic design, so, and I do a lot. I do all of our design. I do design for a bunch of bands actually. So
I don't know.
swing that.
I would do anything that wasn't a 9 to 5. I really hate that. I would hate being in a cubicle or something all day.
But we're in a band, so
But we're in
this
the
is
band,
all-
Yeah.
Is it difficult to keep up with all of you guys do in college while you're touring?
It's all about
College is
time
easy.
management.
Everyone knows
College
this
is hard
is
and
hard,
important.
it's
Go to
easy.
college.
They are lucky. They are finishing online.
Yeah,
My
but-
last semester of college, because we had to hit the road, I had to finish that semester. I had to do my internship for 145 hours. I took 28 credits, and I had to get the dean's permission to do it. And I had my job.
I wrote a
And the
10-page
band.
paper on the Divine Comedy and I never read it, and I got an A.
I had to do
Talk about skill.
I had to do my thesis when I had like an hour a day.
Stay in school, kids.
That's it.
It's easy.
It was the best. It was the best semester ever. I had so much fun.
Usually when people say school's hard, it's because they wait the entire week and show up at class and have done nothing. Just get it done right after class, and you have the whole week to yourself.
There you go.
Go to an online college.
Same thing applies.
Where is one place that each of you individually want to play that you guys have not been able to yet?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Wembley Stadium.
That's a good one.
I was really hoping we can get an excuse to go to Australia sometime soon.
Australia too.
The
Yeah.
theater
But in, like,
in
America?
Hollywood.
I like to play like the Hollywood Bowl.
That's what I was
That's like
talking
a
about.
oh yeah, like a standard place that means like, hey, we're here, we're not queer, and we're ready to party.
Good one.
The Hollywood Bowl. It's
Yeah,
like
it works, that
it's
works.
like the definitive.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I'm not gonna
Um,
say no.
What is the greatest memory from touring so far?
There's something.
The Grand Canyon
That-
is you're just like, oh, it's just a hole in the ground,
It's
and then
more
you
than a
get
hole.
there and you're like, wow, that's a really big hole in the ground, and you can't stop looking at it. You feel dumb. You're like, why am I here? This is awesome. What about you, John?
Trying to think.
You had already been to the Grand Canyon when we went.
I had to did all this before we traveled as a band.
Mine's stupid.
What's
When we
yours?
went to California, I got to touch the Pacific Ocean, and it's something that I've never done. I never left like the East
East
Coast, so it was cool that because through the band I got to see
That's a
like the
big
whole
deal.
country.
But I mean, the Pacific touches the Atlantic,
But
so it's
they're
just like
different
through the
oceans.
transitive
Stop
property.
It, dude. Stop it.
That
Well, you got
touches
no,
the
you
ruining
got,
this
you have the
for me.
Gulf of Mexico in between
Yeah.
them.
It's just that's the swirly time where everyone gets to hang out.
It's a
Spring
biblical
break.
term.
That's the spring break for oceans. This is the Gulf of Mexico.
All right, John,
Just laying down some logic.
or lack thereof.
All right, what's the next question?
As a band, is there anything special you guys hope to achieve over time?
Wembley Stadium. Same
Well, I
answer.
hope to touch the Pacific Ocean again.
Well, we would love to the Reverse the Trend anti-bullying program. Right, right now it's just us. We're working on turning it into a full nonprofit, and hopefully, the next step after that is even just training other people, be it musicians or celebrities or comedians or anything like that, or athletes, so that they can become part of it, and we could reach more people in more places. We have other people using our message and sharing their stories. But that's just me.
You hit the nail on the head. That and Wembley Stadium.
That's it.
I like the touring in Europe.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It's only a train ride away.
Individually, what is your guys' favorite songs to play?
To play.
To play.
My favorite song of ours to play is Hold Me Closer. My favorite cover song to play is, I don't know.
My favorite. Oh, I know what my favorites. Everything are.
Yeah.
My favorite song by us is "The Play Is Nothing Left to Give" because it's really fun. We get into it. And my favorite cover to play is "Bad Girlfriend."
Yeah, Drew.
I think I like playing Waiting.
Anytime we're at a bar, Drew's like, we gotta play Bad Girlfriend.
It's a good
Favorite
song.
cover to play. Probably My Own Worst Enemy.
Yeah,
I was
that
gonna
a
say
fun
Sugar
one.
was my number 2. 'cause
My Own
we
Worst
really get
Enemy,
into that
the
one.
number 1 song of the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Out Hit Me Baby One More Time.
It did.
And finally, what is your guys' favorite places to play?
What?
Like,
D.
the D.
The Majestic Theater. if you're
We've
watching
always
this.
actually had a really good support from
We had
people
some
in
time,
Michigan.
some fun times up here in the D.
Yeah. We also have for whatever reason, a really big following in St. Louis too.
Because people
It's like
like
around
us
Michigan. We're from New
Brewers.
Jersey, but we have lots of fans in Michigan and St. Louis, so that's always cool.
Yeah.
And
And New Jersey, you know, where we're from, Pennsylvania.
yeah, we have
It's like our
we've been
home base for
fortunate.
shows is
We have a
Pennsylvania.
really good a couple promoters in New Jersey. We have the Architect in New Jersey, and then Tommy at the Croc Rock in PA. The Croc Rock's not there anymore, but Tommy's still. It's
No,
nice.
He's hustling.
Yeah.
We good?
All right.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Have a beautiful time.